Welcome back to Wise Movement. I'm Todd Wise, and this is week 2 of the Fittest Experience TFX online competition. Roll the intro, and we'll get to the breakdown of the workouts. If you guys don't like watching the intro every time, just fast forward through it and then watch the video. But I'm glad you made it through the intro, and let's talk about 21.4 of the Fittest Experience workout. 21.4, this one's gonna be fast and dirty, guys. 30 single dumbbell alternating squat clean to overhead. You do have to stop at full extension and re-dip to drive the dumbbell overhead. You're not allowed to thruster it. And both heads of the dumbbell have to touch the ground on every rep. For that movement, I would recommend you stay smooth and unbroken. Pick a pace that's just right on the edge of you almost exploding, but just breathing through it, moving, and getting those done. Then when you get to the assault bike, it's time to go. You gotta sell your soul for these reps. 30 calories on the bike and 21 calories on the bike are not many calories for athletes, especially at this level. And just really generally, you gotta get on and hammer down. Rev the bike up as hard as you can, get the RPMs up, and just go. You can hold on. Realistically, I think you're gonna be able to do the calories in under 30 seconds for most people, maybe even faster, depending on how high you can get those RPMs up or the watts up on the bike. You really gotta go with some intensity towards that bike. I know I can say this and everyone's probably thinking it, it's a no-brainer, but get on the bike, get one hand on, the other hand on, foot on the pedal, and you gotta hammer that first stroke to get that flywheel going, and then just send it. This is gonna be really advantageous for you. This is where you're gonna win that workout. I could see some athletes doing this in about 2:15 to 2:30, maybe even a little quicker, especially on the female end. If you have a heavier female that's a little bit taller, they're gonna have an easier time on the bike, which is gonna allow them to put more power into the bike. When you guys set up the bike, make sure that you're setting your seat high enough that you have just a small bend in the knee, and put your feet in the middle of the pedal so you can push down with the center of your foot. This is gonna help with maximum power output. Keep your chest up, don't look at the monitor, and drive hard and push through your chest every stroke of the assault bike. These are gonna be important mechanical pieces. Keeping yourself vertical, breathing in and out is gonna help too, so you can keep that air going for the 30 to 45 seconds that it takes you to do these calories, and you're gonna be in a better leveraging position through your hips and your arms to push on the handles of the bike and push down into the pedal. And get your mind right for this, because it's not about the dumbbell. As long as you can go unbroken, it's about the mental toughness on the bike and hanging on. A good thing to tell yourself is make it hurt now, because you don't want to have to redo it and have regret that you didn't go hard enough on the bike. So again, the second you touch that assault bike, it's go time. Switch that mindset on, push through the pain. It'll hurt later once you're off, and that's okay, but you're gonna be happy with the results if you do that. Where I'd put this workout in the lineup would be second. I'd go 21.6 first, 21.4, and then 21.5 on Saturday. The reason for that is you've already gone overhead, you've warmed up that movement pattern with the 85 and 115 barbell. Rest 2 to 3 hours, and then get after 21.6 with huge intensity and end your day. Then on the next day or on Sunday, hit 21.5. Those are gonna mesh pretty well, and then leave you some time on Monday and Tuesday for redos if you need. Moving on to 21.5. 3 rounds, 15 toe to bar, 10 deadlifts at 285 for the men, 185 for the ladies, and then 15 bar facing burpees. You are gonna close the hip, then you're gonna open the hip, and then you're gonna close and open the hip on the burpee. So your low back is gonna be feeling this workout a lot. That's why I would recommend doing this workout third in the organization of your weekend and as the final one, because you don't wanna have any back fatigue going into the row, shoulder overhead. You definitely don't wanna have any back fatigue doing the hang cleans, hang squat cleans. So putting that one later on as the most fatiguing and at the end of the weekend might be helpful and advantageous, especially if you're somebody who gets low back or glute tightness in workouts like this. Now, 15 toes to bar should be unbroken. The deadlift should be unbroken for the most part, knowing where people are at in competitive fitness, and then obviously the 15 burpees. The 15 burpees, you're gonna have to challenge yourself to stay low, stay hinged over. It's not gonna be the most comfortable, especially after those deadlifts, but you're gonna be rewarded by staying low to the bar, jumping over, keeping your hands extended and reaching towards the ground, arms straight, and then breathing as you jump over the bar, exhaling down on the ground, breathing in as you go over the bar, exhaling down on the ground is going to be a good rhythm. The first 2 rounds, you do need to move with a sense of urgency, but I would just stay very cadenced, methodical, and metronome, and then send it through that final round. I could see some people going unbroken the entirety of the workout, and they're going to probably be somewhere in the 5-minute range, even though there's an 8-minute time cap, especially if they have a really strong deadlift. Most females are not going to have an issue with this workout, so if you are a female athlete and you need to break those toe to bar, be very strategic in there. I'd recommend doing 10-5. Most people do 8-7, but 10-5 is going to be good, especially in that last round if you feel fatigue. If you have to go to singles on the deadlifts, just try to move quick and be relaxed. Move with urgency, but sometimes we think like, oh, I got to move faster because I'm losing time, and you get really chaotic in your movement patterns, and that slows you down per repetition also. So try to relax even if you feel like you're losing time, and be smooth. Being methodical in how you're doing these movements and how you're doing the reps is going to be more advantageous than trying to rush it, especially in the burpees. Having a good cadence, a nice metronome is going to be faster than somebody who's flailing all over the place and stumbling and taking too many steps to get over the bar. Same thing with going into the toe to bar. If you're feeling fatigue and you're chaotic in the burpee, that's going to carry over into the toe to bar, and you might have to break when you don't really need to. So try to stay relaxed and smooth through the first 2 rounds, and then send it in that last one. Again, I think most people are going to go unbroken on this workout. So if that's you, try to go unbroken. If you have to break, you got to look at that in your training and realize like you might not be in the zone of playing this game, and that's okay. Get a coach, get a training program that's going to help you build out those deficiencies, but in a small number of repetitions like this workout, it has to be done unbroken. Let's move on to 21.6. 21.6, a familiar rep scheme, 33, 27, 21, 15, 9. If you guys did the open in 2019, this was 19.5's rep scheme with thrusters and pull-ups. They're choosing to do this workout with rowing and shoulder to overhead. Now I went on the Concept 2 website. It's a great tool for you guys to use for rowing pacing. If you know how many calories per hour you can row at, you know your weight, then you can kind of estimate where you're going to fall to finish 33 calories, 27, 21, 15, and 9. I use that as a tool with my athletes to give them a pacing and show them that sometimes it's not worth it seconds-wise to when you're going to finish those calories. You're obviously looking at these workouts and trying to row like maybe 13 to 1400 calories in your development, and you might not be there yet. So again, even though you could row faster, you might want to only row at what you can hold and maintain throughout this workout, and focus on the transitions more of getting in and out of the rower. On the shoulder overhead, you guys need to think about taking risks. I would actually go for it and try to do as many as I could unbroken on the 33, and go to like just three reps before failure, drop the bar, rest, breathe, count to 7, pick it up, and then go again. This would be super helpful in getting all those reps done. It is 105 shoulder overhead at 115.85. Stay relaxed in your mind, and don't let that get chaotic. Because I know sometimes people, if they don't have a rep scheme or how they're gonna do it, it kind of breaks them down a little bit mentally. But in this type of workout, going 11, 11, 11 might be good for you mentally, but time-wise, you're having 2 breaks. My hope is that you try to push that 33 and you only have 1 break, and you get back to the rower and you can settle. And then the 27, you only have 1 break again, because the likelihood of people breaking twice in the 27 becomes greater if they broke twice in the 33. And the breaks become more and more and more. So if you could be strong and win that first round, you're definitely going to be able to win the next rounds and not have to break as much as somebody else. It does have a 10-minute time cap. I've ran some numbers for men and the females. It looks to be like even at a very fast row, you're going to take 5 minutes, 5:30 on the female end at the fastest, with that being at 1,300 calories for females and 1,600 calories for males to complete those those calories. So that leaves you 5 minutes to 4:30 to finish a shoulder overhead. That's a good amount of time to do 105 reps, but that's also a lot of reps when you think about it. That's almost 25 reps a minute. You could need to ask yourself, like, could you maintain a rate of travel of 25 reps per minute to finish that workout? So I don't know if a lot of people are gonna be finishing this workout. The best obviously will, but equating those times, don't feel bad if you don't finish the workout or you come up short and you end up being in the 9 shoulder overhead and you're like 4 reps away or something. I could definitely see that happening to a lot of people with that time cap, but the top will be able to pull that off as long as you're rowing like a 1200 female and a 14 to 16 for a male, and you're able to hold that rate of shoulder overhead through the duration of the workout, that 25 a minute pace. That's how I look at that workout and break it up. Hope that breakdown was helpful for those of you guys doing the fittest experience. And again, the organization of the weekend and how I would do those workouts would be event 6, event 4, and then event 5. And I'd do event 5 the following day, or having a rest day in between from the time that you did event 6 and event 4. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we have a new video. Comment down below, share this video because it helps people see it, and good luck in the fittest experience. I'm watching the leaderboard, and if you're doing it, I see you doing it. Proud of you, and that's it. We'll see you later.